back to my channel. My name's Kim. Today I'm going to be playing TBR Trail to find out what I'll be reading in March. And I'm really excited because this month I'm going to be rolling for Louisa. So Louisa, she runs the blog Words I Write Crazy, which I'll link down below. And she has asked me to change non-fiction on the board, which is just there. I don't know if you can read that from there. And she wants me to change it to 2021 TBR because she has lots of books that she wants to get to this year. Like I said, I will link Louisa's blog down in the description, and she will be uploading a blog just letting everybody know what books she's going to be picking for the prompts, so I will link that in the description as well when I have it. But yeah, you should definitely go check her blog out. It's amazing. She's read so many books, and how it's set up is really kind of handy if you're looking for a very specific review, because they're all alphabetized. So there's so many on there that you can just easily find it with this alphabetized system thing going on. I went on there to see if I could find anything that I've read recently that Louisa's read, and I just finished Gemina, and I found Louisa's review for Gemina, and in that she said that Mary Lou did some of the illustrations in here that are like, I won't show you because it's the second book in the series, but yeah, and that was really cool, and I didn't know that, so I will link that down below for you to check out if you would like to. I hope that Louisa's happy with the roles that I got this month. I didn't have to worry about too many non-fiction books like I did with poor Lee last month. I'm looking forward to hearing about how Lee got on with her reading last month as well. So I'm just going to quickly recap what I was supposed to read from TBR Trail in February. I had 2 physical books to read in February, although February's not over just yet. But one was Gemina, which I finished and really enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. And the second physical book was Archimedes' Revenge, which I have started, haven't finished it yet. I am hopeful that if I don't finish it in February, I will be finishing it very quickly in March. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying that as well. That's quite good. And the other 2 books I'm reading are Life as a Unicorn, which I can highly recommend. I haven't finished it yet. I've got a couple of hours left, but I'm really enjoying that one a lot. And also Hood Feminism as well, which I also have started. So fingers crossed, if I don't finish them exactly before the end of February, I'll be finishing them very soon in March. So I count that as a success. I've definitely started and got a fair way into all 3 of them. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to take that as a win because I am definitely going to finish all 3 of them. I've already played TBR Trail. I usually play it before I film, just so I can work out what I'm going to read and stuff like that. I rotated the goes like I did last month with Lee, so I rolled for me the first go, and then I rolled for Louisa second, and so on. Yeah, so I'll insert the first roll now. So last month we ended on this little blue guy here who sent one of the reds home. So now it's Team Black's go, which is my go. So here we go, a 4. So that means automatically I can take out someone from the home because it's an even number. Or I could move one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, or this one. I think I'm going to take another black piece out, actually. So there's 3 on the board. I think that's the most of one colour there has been on a board yet, so that's pretty exciting. So that means I get free choice on stroke non-fiction, so I guess that's basically non-fiction, and it's a book, so I can take a prompt from one of these. Oh, it looks a bit depleted. I didn't fill it up. Let's see what it is. This is Read a book set in Oceania. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think I have any non-fiction books set in Oceania, so I guess that's going to be a library. It's going to be a library go. Okay, so that can go over here. So now it's time for Louisa's go for Team Purple. So Louisa is chosen to change non-fiction to 2021 TBR. Let's get on with the next roll. 2. Oh, I'm loving all these even numbers. Okay, well, I may as well take one of these purple guys out in the 2021 TBR section and pick another one of these prompts. Okay, so this is read a book set in a country different to your own, and that can go into this section for Louisa. Okay, cool. So I got for my first roll a non-fiction and free choice book which has to be set in Oceania. So what I decided to do was, rather than just picking a country to go with, or I got up a list of the 14 countries that are in Oceania, and then I did a random number generator and to pick which country I was going to try and find a book set in. So the random number generator gave me number 2, which corresponded to Papua New Guinea as the second most populous country in Oceania. So then I like scrawled through everything trying to find a non-fiction book written by someone from Papua New Guinea that was more like a memoir kind of a book, rather than like a textbook, although I couldn't really find a textbook written by somebody from Papua New Guinea anyway. There was lots of kind of academic sounding books that I didn't want to pick up for this, that were written by kind of academics from other countries studying the area. The only memoir type thing I could find of someone from there was called Kiki, 10,000 Years in a Lifetime, and that's by Albert Maori Kiki, who was a pathologist and a politician. But when I looked, I could only find it on Amazon, and they were secondhand copies for £30, and I just can't really afford that right now. And everything else that I found by people, or like, because it had to be non-fiction, it was quite tricky. So any kind of short stories. I did find a collection of folk tales that I was gonna get, but then it was written by, I can't remember if it was an Englishman or an American person who had just kind of only been told them in English. So I don't know, I just wasn't sure about giving that a go or not, if they were going to be accurate stories, or yeah, I wasn't too sure about it, so I didn't get that one either. So what I ended up picking was a memoir of an American girl who went on a trek through Papua New Guinea, and it's called Four Corners, A Journey into the Heart of Papua New Guinea. If anybody knows of any memoir books or anything written by anybody from Papua New Guinea that you can recommend me, that's kind of easily available, because there's lots of kind of things written out there that just aren't available as well, which is disappointing. So yeah, if you have any recommendations, then I'd really like to know about them, and maybe I can like sneak another one in as well, although I always barely make it to the end of the month, so maybe I can't sneak it in, who knows. But Four Corners was written by Kira Salak. This is just documenting her kind of travels through Papua New Guinea. And yeah, it's supposed to be really good. That's all I really know about it at the moment. I also went for this one because it came out in 2001, and there were travel writings that were quite older travel writings, but I am always wary that they're going to be offensive in some way. So I'm hoping, because her travel writing was written in 2001, hopefully it will be a lot more kind of respectful of the area and the people. So yeah, that's kind of why I decided to go for that one. And then for Louisa, your first prompt is read a book set in a different country from your own. So fairly similar to my prompt. And that has to be a book from your 2021 TBR. So yeah, I hope you have something that you will be able to use for that. And yeah, I hope that's okay. Okay, so now on to roll number 3 and 4. Okay, so now it is Team Red and back to my turn, roll number 3. So I've got 4. Oh, I'm loving these even numbers, amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could do STEM and fiction, so it could be like a sci-fi. Or where's the other red? 1, 2, 3, 4. A difficult prompt. If I land on that, then the purple goes home as well. So I think I'm going to take another red out for STEM and fiction. Take another prompt. Okay. This is read a book that has been turned into a film or has had the subject matter be turned into a film. And that can go on this square over here. Lots of doubling up this month. I've just replenished my little beige pot, so now there's more prompts in there. Okay, so cool. Now time for Louisa's turn for Team Blue. 1. So I think I'm going to go with free choice and maybe have a slightly more difficult prompt. So the candles correspond to these blue, the light blue ones. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. So this is listen to an audiobook. So I don't know if Louisa listens to an audiobook, so that's going to be interesting. And that's free choice, so that can go just over here. My second roll got me a STEM book, which also had to be a fiction book. And it had to be a book that's been made into a film. And actually this was kind of a no-brainer for me, because I still haven't read, I think I did start reading it, but I'd never finished it, The Martian by Andy Weir. And I've seen the film already and absolutely loved it. It follows a guy who's on a mission on Mars, and he ends up being abandoned on Mars, and then he's got to learn how to survive, and work out how he's ever going to kind of make it home or make contact with anybody. Yeah, and it's really, really fun sci-fi. So I will be listening to that one this month. I have it on Audible already. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think that'll be really good. And Louisa got free choice, which is good, but it was read an audiobook. And I don't know, Louisa, if you read audiobooks. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, maybe if you don't, you could tweak it, or yeah, I don't know. Okay, so on to roll number 5. It's my turn with Team Black again. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take that away. I think what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Is move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To a STEM and non-fiction book for myself. So what should I pick? What do you mean, what should I pick? I need to pick from here. Okay. And for this I got read a book with a face on the cover. So that can go just over here. Okay, so Louisa's third prompt is for Team Purple and 4. So, oh my god, there's so many pieces out now. I've got too much choice. 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that prompt is read a book with green on the cover. And that is for STEM. Okay, so my third roll got me a non-fiction STEM book this time. And this has to have a face on the cover. And actually, I have a book that I do want to read this month that fits in really perfectly. So for my book club that I run with Hannah from Handpick Blog, the X Book Club, one of the books that we're reading for this next round, which is all about space, is called Reaching for the Moon by Katherine Johnson. So Katherine Johnson was a mathematician working for NASA during the space missions and sending someone to the moon for the first time. This is her autobiography that she wrote it was published in 2019. And I'm really, really interested in getting to it. It's also written for children as well. So yeah, I'd just be interested to see what that kind of book is like, really. But yeah, so I'll put a picture of the cover somewhere, and on that cover is a picture of Katherine Johnson when she was younger. So that's where the face comes in. And for Louisa, I rolled a STEM book with green on the cover. So I believe for this, I think Louisa's going to go for more like sci-fi books rather than a non-fiction book, but I might be wrong about that. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what she picks up for that one. Okay, so time for the final 2 rolls. Okay, so my last prompt now. I like the way that my prompts are all on this side and Louisa's prompts are all on this side. Let's see if we can carry on that trend, although I don't think we'll be able to. So my final go is with Team Red. And I got a 6, so I can take another red out. Or, oh, what about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's so close to home. I think I'm going to take another red out instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so I can have a fiction book. And, oh no, it's not that prompt. It's one of these guys. Read a book with K in the title. And that is fiction, so that can go over there. And what I really would like is if Louisa lands on this space, because then there's one on each of them, and that's quite satisfying. So let's hope for a 4. And Louisa's last turn. Oh my god, it's a 4. Okay, I did not set that up. That's so weird that happened. Well, I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? So fiction, free choice, another book for Louisa, and Louisa got read a book with red on the cover for free choice and fiction. So that can go over there. Well, that's very satisfying, I won't lie. Okay, so have I actually shown you any books in this? I feel like all the books are just going to be like on here in space. Anyway, yeah. So for this last prompt of mine, I got read a fiction book that has a K in the title. And I haven't done a book haul yet, but I did go on a bit of a splurge in February. One of my goals for 2021 was to only buy ebooks unless I love a book, and then buy the physical book. January was a bit of a horrible month for me, so I allowed myself to go on a bit of a shopping spree with books online, and I bought a bunch. So I already failed a little bit with that, but hopefully I can get back on track with only getting ebooks for the time being. But anyway, yeah, so what I decided to go for this prompt was use one of the books that I just bought. And I'm going to be reading Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I actually don't know much about this book, except for that it involves time travel in some way. I've read from Octavia E. Butler before, The Parable of the Sower, and I did really enjoy that one. I still need to get to the second one in that duology, which hopefully I will do at some point in the future. But yeah, so I haven't actually read the back about this, so I can read that now if you wanted to hear it. It says, in 1976, Dana dreams of being a writer. In 1815, she is assumed a slave. When Dana first meets Rufus on a Maryland plantation, he's drowning. She saves his life, and it will happen again and again. Neither of them understands his power to summon her whenever his life is threatened, nor the significance of the ties that bind them. And each time Dana saves him, the more aware she is that her own life might be over before it's even begun. That sounds really interesting. I know that this book is loved by so many people, so I'm really excited to get to it in March. And then, Louisa, your final prompt this month was fiction / free choice, which was a really nice combination. Oh yeah, I haven't even spoken about the fact that I've had all of the prompts on every square. I was really, really impressed with that. I like that a lot. Easily pleased, it's a pandemic, I've been stuck inside for months. So yeah, that made me very happy. But anyway, so yeah, and your last prompt was also another colour one. I'm really sorry, I don't know how that happened. That's kind of boring. But the last prompt was read a book with a red cover for fiction / free choice. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what you chose for all of those prompts. And thank you so much for letting me roll for you. It's a lot of fun. If anyone else wants me to roll for them, then just let me know down in the comments. If I haven't got anyone else to roll for in the month that you want me to do it, then I can do it for you. Definitely, you don't have to have your own YouTube channel, you don't have to have your own blog even. So yeah, just let me know. There's a couple of other books I want to get to this month. So I'm doing the Elderling Along, which is run by Becca and the Books, which is reading through the Realm of the Elderlings series by Robin Hobb, which I'm absolutely loving. But Becca decided to go on a break for February before we continue. So for March and April, we're reading number 7 for that read along, but I'm not going to read that until April. But there are a couple of short stories in the Realm of the Elderling series I want to try and get to before we move on with the series. The first one is The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince, and the second one is a book that I can't remember the title of now, but I'll put it up here. But Amy from A Star Reads let me know about it, and she suggested that I read it before moving on with the series as well. Amy's not reading along with the Elderling Along series, but she has started reading through the Realm of the Elderlings as well, and she's vlogging it, so I'm really excited to get to watch those when I've caught up with the short stories. Then I'll be able to start watching Amy's videos. And if you haven't checked her out, definitely do. I'll link her in the comments. She's really cool. She's a really great booktuber, and she has her own TBR game as well, and she reads like a whole range of books, and she explains them really well, and she's a really great reviewer, so I do definitely highly recommend her. And the thing that I am going to try and take part in this month is Becca's Bookoplathon. So Becca from Becca and the Books again, she's running a 48-hour readathon, which I'll link all the information to that down below. But yeah, it's going to be like a 48-hour live streamed readathon. It sounds really fun, so I really want to join in with that this month. The first 2 prompts are already live for that, and then the rest of the prompts you get during the readathon. So yeah, it's really fun. But the first 2 prompts that have already been announced, you don't have to do both prompts, but I've got 2 books prepared just in case, see what mood I'm in on the day. But one of them was read a fantasy, and one of them was read a book with a dark cover. So if I decide to go for read a fantasy, then I'll be reading this one for that prompt. And if I decide to go for dark cover, then I'll be reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. And if I'm really quick that day, because I think there's 12 hours to read the 2 prompts in before the next prompts are announced, then I might be able to get to both of them. But I am a slow reader, and I know these are very, very short, but that doesn't mean much to me because I'm so slow. So I'll probably just pick one of them. The last thing that I want to try and get to in the month of March is a book for my friends and family book club that I do, and this month we're going to be reading Grown Ups by Marion Keyes. And I don't really know much about this, but I think it follows someone who hits their head and gets concussion, and then at some sort of event starts spilling everyone's secrets out. and then it's like the aftermath of that, and everybody kind of coming to terms with the fact that they need to deal with all these secrets or something. But yeah, I'll definitely be reading that this month because our book club meeting is in the middle of March, so I have to read that. But yeah, okay, so that's everything. The only physical books I have are these guys here of the books, which seems really small, but everything else is on ebook or audio. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to March. I think it will be good. Everything seems doable, which is good. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to Louisa again for allowing me to roll for you. It's been really fun. I hope you like the prompts, and I look forward to hearing what books you're going to be reading for them, which I'll link down in the description like I already said. But yeah, that's everything that I'm going to be trying to read in the month of March. Let me know if you've read any of these, or and what you thought of them, if you've liked them, if you haven't liked them, and let me know if there's anything you're really excited about to start reading in March. Yeah, let me know as well if you're joining in with Bookoplathon, because I think that's going to be really fun readathon, and that's happening. It's happening at the end of March, but as I say, I'll leave the link to Becca's channel in the description for you to check out if you wanted to know more. But yeah, that should be really fun. All right guys, take care and have a really good March. Bye.